Hey, what's up, guys? Tugi here, back again with another episode of my Seattle Sea Cattle Draft to Glory franchise mode series, and today we look to move on from last episode's incredibly disappointing playoff series against the Edmonton Oilers. We were, of course, swept. Our best season yet at 45, 27, and 10. We made the playoffs for the second consecutive season, and then we were swept in the playoffs. So the hope here is that we can in fact find a way to maybe get a little bit lucky. I mean, and then again, finding a way to get lucky in terms of actually having draft picks available really doesn't make sense because it's all down to EA. Hopefully, though, we get lucky with the lottery. The lottery doesn't exactly help out. You get the point. We need those extra reinforcements. We have some reinforcements, or of course some reinforcements have arrived on this team as of late with the likes of Wakabayashi. We really need some help here, and this is a major draft for us as we have one more pick left from the Joseph Hainsey signing. We have the first round pick of the Washington Capitals, but of course they themselves had a very strong season. So we have the 25th and the 31st pick, the 25th and the 31st overall selections in this draft, as we will never know if, actually, was Cleary one of the guys who was available? I had a feeling they were going to select really quickly. It doesn't matter anyway. He never would have been available to us. Let's take a look at who we might be able to get in this draft. And unfortunately for Melee, and I believe that's Gillies there that is also marked, we are quite screwed. That is not going to happen. Indeed, both Gillies and Melee were eligible. They will be off the board long before anything happens. But in the meantime, let's see, actually, really with all these top 10s, I shouldn't even look at them either because it doesn't matter. But yeah, Gillies and Melee will pay attention to where they are selected and how good they are. Melee will probably be the number 2 pick from what I can tell. So Tokarski, not eligible. Colborne, not eligible. Mills, good old Phil Mills. Everybody loves Phil Mills. He is not eligible. Gordy Foster, oh boy. McGammond, we're going to be getting close to that second round territory soon, which is good because that might mean, yeah, there it is. That happened sooner than I expected. It's good if there are players eligible, and there aren't. It immediately skipped to the second round. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, let's just sim to our selection to get a lot of these names off the board. We'll go back through and see how this played out. So, Roberts goes second, Downey third, McLeod fourth, Rice-Miller fifth. Gee, wow, Melee fell to 7th, and he's a 76. What the hell? The second best player in the draft, and somehow 5 teams like, yeah, we don't want him. I am so upset. And then Gillies was a 63 medium top 6. I am so upset. Had we ended up with a top 5 pick, we would have had him. It didn't work out for us, did it? Let's tell, hello, please be eligible, please. Oh, that's the frustrating thing. Even if we see someone who has a solid potential, doesn't guarantee that they're going to be on the team that we need them to be on, as we are getting closer to third round territory. Oh my god. Well, you remember how at the start of this episode, a good 3 minutes ago, I mentioned that we needed a little bit of luck? No luck here. This extra first round pick isn't going to help us in the slightest. If we're going to find success in this series, it's going to be with the players that we already have. This is ridiculous. We don't have a single eligible player before 4th round projected. We might even fall into the 5th round. Oh my god. So Rick Newberry is the first guy that we have available. Again, it's Tri-City, Seattle, Spokane. Oh my, this is so bad. This is so bad. Everett, Seattle, Spokane, and Tri-City are the teams. And as you can see here, we are absolutely screwed. We needed Washington to not be half decent. And unfortunately, they were even better. They ended up losing in 7 games in the Stanley Cup final to Minnesota. So, right. Let's call a timeout. There's only a few more players that are even projected to be drafted to look through before we have to just start trying to find players on our own. This might be our worst draft ever. Go figure. I thought last year was about as bad as it could get. Nope. This might be our worst draft ever. At least in terms... Yeah, wow, there's one player. One player that's projected to be drafted that is eligible for us to pick. That is brutal. Smoskowitz? Clinton Smoskowitz. I might take him. Just because. I mean, it kind of makes sense, too. Ethan Chung's not worth taking. What about Grantham? Also not worth it. So we'll probably take a goaltender. For defense, okay, we might have a chance here with someone like Slychuk or Stasiak. Dustin Slychuk is a miss. What about Stasiak? Oh my god. This sucks. Oh, this sucks. So badly. Doesn't this suck? Alright, we know the high AHL 2s are kind of rough. What about the two mediums? Devin Martin's not eligible. Neither is Josh Michalski. Oh my god. What about Udes? Nope. And from there, any completely unknowns, which again, I find it to be ridiculous that we have unknowns, despite the fact that we do nothing but scout this territory, but that's just another regular complaint of mine. Ernest Funk, how I wish he was eligible. So in terms of defensemen, not one. Never mind, there is one. Newberry. Forgot about Newberry. So we have one goaltender and one defenseman. Might as well just take them now before looking through actually, you know what? Yeah, let's keep looking. Screw it. So, Ballard's not great. We know that. What about Swanson? Nope. McLean? No. McKenzie? No. Great. What about McCauley? Nope. This is just... Forelli. I might take him just for the sake of it. I expect him to be completely, just terrible. I mean, he's like medium top 6 at best. So... the unfortunate thing is we might not have another option. Brandon Matthews is eligible, like we might have, and Dwight DeSantis also eligible. So we at least have players that we can draft, but it's not as if we have any guarantees. So unfortunately, we made the Hainsey move. We made the Hainsey move at a great time. Unfortunately, this game has decided, well, we're not going to let you have any players that are eligible. So That's the one downside now, isn't it? As I am going to just double check through all these right wings. There are a ton of them that we have no information on, which I've already complained about that in this episode, but boy, don't I want to complain. This is also Davison. So quickly, let's go to defense. He is projected to be drafted in the 6th round, but Rick Newberry from the Spokane Chiefs will be the 25th overall selection. Oh my god. And you thought Don Sweeney would like to go off the board. Oh my god. Low top 6. That is a disaster. Oh my god. And of course Grant was medium elite. We'll take the goaltender here, and then we'll focus on forwards. So let's go ahead and select Clinton Smoskowitz. 20-year-old exact backup potential from the Tri-City Americans. Can you at least be a medium potential? You can. Medium backup and a 59 overall. That's a W. And some people might be saying, like, come on, it's not a W. Compared to what the rest of this draft will probably be, that is a major, major win for us. It's about to get a whole lot worse, I'd imagine. So let's see. Who else was there? Was it McCormick? It wasn't McCormick. I don't remember. No, it was Douglas. There we go. No, it wasn't Douglas. Shit, it was Ralston. Nope, it was someone around here was eligible for us to pick, and I don't remember who it is. Unfortunately, it's not Anthony Altshuler. Raffle? Hey, David Raffle. Who else? Worrell's on Portland. Hargraves on Calgary. Tanev. Odeline. Not quite. Was it Bonks or Pusher? Like, who was it? I had one other right wing that was eligible that I couldn't mark down. And now I can't remember who the hell it was. It wasn't Von Fursten. I remember that name in particular. Sterling. Oh my god. Oh, Davison, right? Thank you. There it is. It was Davison, not Douglas. Alright, well, at least I was close. So that's just right wings. Who do we have for left wings? Anybody? Dingle? Maybe? Nope. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Kovalchuk. Nope. This game hates me. And we also have Harvey Trotter. for left wing. Let me just double check centers to make sure that there isn't anybody. Oh my God, please. Please. Please let me have this, please. Yes! Oh, Adrian Lockhart. Oh my God. Oh, we needed this pick. Oh my God, did we need this selection. Adrian Lockhart, the 18-year-old center playmaker from the Everett Silvertips. We are taking him now. A low elite is fine. That's what I expected. At a 53, he has a chance to develop quickly. The fact that we managed to walk away from this draft with a low elite player is mind-boggling to me. I wasn't expecting anybody over like a medium 9 if I got lucky elsewhere. So, all things considered, it's not a complete waste of a draft. We at least managed to get Lockhart. So that's nice. From there, I mean, I don't know. From here, I mean, there weren't any other defensemen. So it's just what random forward do we want to select? And if there are any 20-year-olds, that would be a big deciding factor for us. And unfortunately, that's not looking like it's going to be the case. Forelli, I'm going to unmark. We don't have any left wings marked down yet. Trotter was eligible, also 18. DeMarchi, not eligible. Graham Hodgson, Peterson, nope, that's unfortunate. Marvin Boro's at least 19, but again, I'd prefer to be able to take a 20-year-old player, draft an overager, who might be able to help us out a little bit. But right now I'm leaning towards selecting Boro. Isaac Pettinger is also eligible. I'm thinking that's going to be it. Boro and Pettinger for left wings. Right. And then who do we have at center? Anybody at all? You know what? I'm happy. We ended up with a low elite player. You can see how slim the pickings are here for what we're doing. I'm okay with it. And we have Brigley at center. He might be the only one. Nope, we have Kent Redenbach, 17 years old. All right, so Brigley and Redenbach. We have Gary Smith, the Smythe, Ted Waite, Michael Ranford. All right, so Ranford, Smythe, Redenbach, and Brigley. And those are going to be the guys that I take because I'd rather end up with a somewhat poor center who, had the ability to play faceoffs and do it that way. So Brigley from the Tri-City Americans is the pick, and he is awful. To the surprise of absolutely nobody. Who else do we have here? There were a couple of players I didn't even get to mark down. That is the problem. Let's go for Orville Redenbach. Kent from the Seattle Thunderbirds is the pick. And he is terrible. To the surprise of absolutely nobody. So far, the idea of taking centers hasn't exactly worked out for me. To the surprise of absolutely nobody. I'll stop, I swear. Let's see who else we can get here, though. I'll continue to look for centers. It was Burkhoel who was also eligible. No, it was Smith, though. Gary Smith, the Smythes. The selection, and he's the worst one of the bunch. Oh, the joys of drafting a complete unknown, despite the fact that I've scouted this territory numerous times and don't have the full info on everybody. Oh, I wish it was like MLB, where you could find every player in a certain region if you just scout for long enough. How I wish. It isn't, though. It really isn't. I think that was it for centers, right? Dalton wasn't eligible. I don't think Sandlack was. There might have been one other. It was Ranford. Yeah, Ranford's the last one. Mikey Ranford is the pick. Oh my God. This is not going well. Not at all. We have one player from this draft, maybe two, that we can say, like, oh, okay, yeah, they might make the team, possibly. Let's go ahead and select. I want to go for David Raffle. I do, just because your name is Raffle. And you're also hot garbage. All right, so that's the draft in the books. By far the worst draft of this series, where really it's just Lockhart and Smoskowitz that may have a chance to actually be somewhat of a factor into our future plans. Outside of that, nobody at all. To the surprise of absolutely nobody. I botched it. I ruined it. I'm sorry. I tried to be motivated for this episode. Not that I'm unmotivated. I tried to be positive. I don't know why I said motivated. I tried to be positive when it came to this episode. You know, motivated works too, because I had a feeling this was going to go incredibly badly, incredibly poorly for me. And so far, that is absolutely the case. And I'm not too happy about it. But a draft like that does make me thankful for the team that we already have, because the fact that we even have a team that's this good is mind-boggling to me. It really is. I mean, how the hell did we end up with a team that's this good? Doesn't make sense. Oh, how much money do I want to spend? And just knock it down to 6x3. I know he wants to re-sign. I could do the 85%, but it should be fine. Bishop doesn't want to re-sign. Let's go down to 1 year at 225 for you. So that's still our 6. And AHL, Gleason, Riddle, Marco, Crane, Gardner, and Ma. So McDonald is going to be released. We don't need him. Farrell here. I mean, low top 6. Yeah, I'm just going to let go of him. Why not? We got no need for him. Worrell and Jenkins will also be let go of, because why the hell would I ever sign them? John Law will be let go of at a certain point, and Longjie and Longjai will be let go of as well. So again, we have our main 6, and then down in the AHL, we just have to sort that out with Gleason, Riddle, Marco, Polo, and that was it, right? No, it wasn't. Crane. Man, our entire AHL defense is just completely unsigned at the moment. That could be a bit of an issue, especially if some players start asking for one-way contracts, which I wouldn't be surprised, really. You know, just in a way to kind of screw me over. They love doing that. So that's the defense sorted. Forward-wise, we know that we need to re-sign Sutter, and hopefully he's willing to accept that. So again, this is our top 9. Jonas, I'm going to try to go 6x2. I knew we'd have some big contracts coming up. Belfour dropping to 1 year at 4.5. I doubt he accepts that, but it's worth a shot. Chuck Lorentz, 1 year at exactly what you were already asking for. And Volk, 1 year at 2.2. This is going to add up quite quickly. So that's our 9, 10, 11, and 12 with Cedric Barabal. So from there, Bits represents our first AHL guy. So let's go ahead and scroll down. So that's our top 9. From there, let's go 1 more year for Anderson Dolan. Whitfield needs a contract. Moses, sign him up at 3 years, and he's 26 years old, but he's asking for that contract. Damn. I didn't even notice until I sent it to him. I'm like, oh shit, he's 26. All right, so Connor needs a deal. Let's go 1 year. And Sauer needs a deal. Couldn't clear my throat. So let's see, we need 3 more. McChesney, not worth signing yet at 18. So Van Allen, Bengoa, and Berry. Morgan Geeky, I'm sorry, but your career here is up, and your career in general is probably up. Let's go down to the bottom of the list, even though I could have just sorted through. I wanted to see if there was anybody worth signing. Reasoner's under contract. McKay might be worth signing. Maybe. I'm not going to sign anybody until I have to now at this point, I'd say. So we have 3 spots left and 6 players. Right. Which means that I can't let go of Jake Bengoa. Barry is definitely gone. Yeah, so Barry's gone. Let's go to all expiring again. Bottom of the list. See, that's what I hate, is it shows all the unsigned players. So it's Van Allen, who I'm probably going to let go of. Here, you know, let's just go back to this way here. So again, Bits is the first man there. So 1, 2, and 3. So we are going to sign Jake again. Can't possibly let him go. So we have 2 more spots between these 3 players. So it's going to be Yannick and Bolig. So we'll go with Bruss. To be honest, I should have not re-signed Bolig, but it is what it is at this point. Could have even kept Morgan Geekie or a higher overall player, but we should be okay. We should have the proper roster set up. It's just a matter of who's going to reject their contract. Spoiler alert, more than likely the majority of the players, but who's going to reject that contract and extend this re-sign phase for longer than it really needs to be. So let's find out here. Marco reject. Yep, see, I knew it. Let's just spam through. We know a lot of people would have rejected, including some of the guys who are like, oh yeah, I'll take a 2-way deal. And then they're like, no, not really. I want more money. It's like, that's not how 2-way deals work. There's a limit here. You gotta be willing to work with me. And they never are. They always try to make it difficult. So goaltenders, Hargrave needs a new deal. Go up to 1.5 for this year for you. And Wisniewski, 1.3. Chelios re-signed. Smoskowitz I won't sign yet. Bishop, let's go 1 year at 2.5 for you. The Adam McQuaid special. Gleason, let's go 1 by 1. Riddle, same thing, because you're a bit of a jerk. Let's go 1.1. Marco, you're also a bit of a jerk. Let's go at 1.1. Gardner is signed. Crane, same thing. Hopefully 1.1 is enough, and from there, we are good. Right wing, Sutter. Didn't want to re-sign. Let's go 1 year at 6 mil for you. Belfour, let's go 1 year at 5 mil. Hopefully that's good enough. Chuck Lorentz, 1 year at 3.8. Should be good enough. Jake Bengoa, let's go 1 by 1. 1 year, $1 million. And let's see, Bits also needs a contract. How does 1.25 work for you? Even though you're going to be an AHLer probably. Anderson Dolan, 1 by 1. See, this is the problem. People asking for 2-way deals, but then not being, not being willing to accept, I guess, for lack of a better term. Kind of an issue. 2.5 by 1 there. Moses, let's go 1 by 1 for you. This is an issue. Connor, 1 by 1. Are we good? Finally. We should be, as long as everybody accepts. Will they? Probably not. But we're used to that. We're accustomed to that. It'll be fine, maybe, probably. Probably not. Let's advance day. Let's see if we can get this sorted. Maybe, just maybe, we'll have good player progression. Marco, I hate you. Bishop, oh my god, really? The majority of players rejected. That is infuriating. That is infuriating. But okay. Sure, I'm offering all of you more than what you're asking for, but you just go ahead and keep rejecting. That's fine. No, it's fine. Wow, Wisniewski, you rejected 1... Again, 2 years at 9.75. I offered him 1 year at 1.3, and he's like, nah, I can't take that money. That's not good enough for me. It's like, you're not even asking for that much. Doesn't make sense. Let's go 2.8 for Bishop, as these players continue to be difficult. I guess we'll go up to 1.25 for Gleason. Actually, no, you get 1.2 and you'll like it. Riddle, same thing, because, everyone can't wait to get in on the Jerry Riddle sweepstakes if he doesn't re-sign in Seattle. People can't wait. He's one of the primetime free agents who will definitely be signed. God, AI logic sometimes just doesn't make sense. It would make sense if players had the option to be like, hey, I'm gonna go over to Germany and get to play top line minutes. Like that, then it would be fine. Then I'd understand it. But there are some moments where they just decide to be difficult for the sake of being difficult. And it is somewhat frustrating. Belfour, I don't know if I offered you 5 before, so let's go up to 5.25. Chuck Lorentz. Let's Go up to $4 million even for you, as we continue to have to overpay a lot of these players just to get them to stay. And of course we have no choice but to get them to stay, because this game is refusing to put decent talent into the draft for us. Or, decent talent, but not exactly on the teams that we want them to be on. So really, I can't blame the game. It's just we haven't had very good luck. Anderson Dolan will go up to 1.2. Hopefully that's enough. And at center, Curtis Volk. Hopefully $3 million's enough for you, buddy. I'd like to think so. It should be. Moses up to 1.2. I hope we have enough money to re-sign everybody. There's a chance that we won't. And if we don't have enough money to re-sign everybody, it's going to be pretty poor timing for that, considering we don't have reinforcements coming. This is the team that's either going to find success or not. And we'll find out whether or not that's going to happen soon. Let's see. Who else will reject? Marco accepted. Bishop, I hate you. Here, just let me spam. Just let me spam through it. Quite a few players still rejected, too. This is a problem. I know for some of them it's because we're only offering one-year deals, but when players keep asking for more and more money, I kind of have no choice but to not offer them the term that they're looking for alongside of it. Bishop, right. I'm willing to sign Bishop for 3 years, I guess. It's 3 years at 2.5 work for you. Gleason, here, whatever. I'll offer you the exact term that you want. Just sign for the love of God. Please. Sutter. Sure. Just then again, I think I've done this before too, and players still rejected, but whatever. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of patience, most importantly, for a lot of these players, although thankfully the majority did sign. So that's good. Yeah, we only have a few left that we're having to deal with, so this shouldn't be stressful for that much longer, although you never know. This game loves to throw me curveballs out of nowhere. But thankfully, all the big players have signed up. Bishop rejected, Bengoa, everybody rejected. Cool. So there goes that idea of, I'll give you the term you want, but not offer you that much more money. Nope, that's not going to work either. Which, I mean, I kind of knew it wasn't going to work, but I'm like, hey, maybe, because, certain players that are only asking for two-way deals are rejecting one-year deals and freaking $400K more than they're asking for. So what is logic, anyway? 3 years, that's $6 million. That is... I have $19 million to spend. Screw it. Let's go 1 year at $7 million. If you reject this, then I don't know what to tell you. For Bishop, let's go 1 year at 3.8. For Gleason, let's go 1 year at 1.5. We'll do the same thing for Riddle and one Jake Bengoa. From there, we should be fine. Did I expect the team setup, the team building process to take as long as it has? Not really, but, things happen. I think the dog just knocked something over in the other room or upstairs, perhaps, so that's good. Looking forward to finding out what the hell that was. But, it's fine. Let's move forward. Please just accept these deals. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Good. I really don't think we have that much cap space that we have to cover from here. I think we're good. Let me double check. We might have to bring in one veteran just to make sure. $9 million. Yeah, we'll make sure with a veteran. Who do we have? Brock Nelson at 40 years old, still a 78. What a guy. Adam Ernie's up there. Kirby Reichel, Madison Bowie, Jason Dickinson, Michael Dal Cole, Lubimov, Ethan Bear, Sandberg. There's not one name. Aaron Luchuk, actually, or Kevin Stenland. Quebec City legend. Jamel Smith or Giovanni? Giovanni. Regardless, I'm signing you. Why not? Sign him up to more money than you've probably made in your career, because I don't think you developed into that good of a player, unfortunately. Or maybe he did. I don't know. Tough to tell now at that age. We will sim forward to the next season. We will get this roster set up. From there, I'm not sure. This might be a very uneventful episode. We might just get the team set for the next episode and then stop from there. Maybe I'll sim through. I'm not entirely sure. You'll be able to tell by how long this episode is. Reason being, if I do decide to stop it, at the very least, we can, just look to reset heading into the next episode. We can get a little bit more optimism back. We got our teeth kicked in the last episode. This episode, we had by far the worst draft yet. And we're in 2032, into the 2033 season. We are quite a bit of a ways into this mode. And we just had our worst draft yet. So maybe we'll stop it. And in the next episode, we just continue. And we look to move on with nothing but positivity. Thinking that our team, with that one extra year of development, even though we don't really have players that need to develop and players are kind of in their prime, I can't help but view it in a somewhat negative light. At the end of the day, it just seems like we wasted another year of Trent Bengoa's prime, although he was a part of the issue as to why Edmonton absolutely destroyed us, because, he didn't do anything. The majority of our players didn't really do anything. But we'll see what happens. Let's set up this team, take a look at what we're dealing with. So the goaltending is, of course, set. That's not a problem. The defense is set. That is not a problem. Wakabayashi, now an 84. That is tremendous. And then forward-wise, what are we dealing with? So we know Anderson Dolan's being sent down. Who else do we have? Rintoul and Sidhu are both 78s. Moses is a 77, but he is 26, so I'm not too concerned, although I might start just calling players up by who's actually more deserving, not just by overall number. Sidhu's playing. I mean, there's no doubt. You look at the offensive ability, I could play him in the top 6. Brent Bitts, just... He's somewhat well-rounded, but he's nothing too special. Barabal has to play for that shot. Bear Rintoul... Also not terrible, but he's 22, low top 6. I'd rather play him there than Bitts, because Bitts isn't going to get that much better. But we still have one player too many. Sidhu, Barabal. I'm not sure if Rintoul's going to get this spot. He has a good slap shot. Not really that physical. I think Rintoul will be sent down to start. Do I still have to send down? Oh my god, I still have to send down one more guy. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. So it's between Ham, Hughes, Falk, and Klo, more than likely. None of them have progression left. So let's see. Slight advantage to Volk for the shooting. Defense for Klo. Better skater, Volk. More physical, Klo. It really doesn't help. They're about the same player, but what about Ham Hughes? So, better puck skills to Ham Hughes, a better shot to Volk. Skating is about even. The offensive awareness to Volk. I think Ham Hughes, just because of the offensive awareness. Just because of the offensive awareness. Now, like I said, I might go back through and take a look at certain attributes and kind of make different comparisons, but for the moment... Let's see what we would be dealing with. Is Kyler the only other righty on this team? No, we have Chuck Lorentz. Okay. So I'm pretty sure the right side's already settled. And more than likely... Let's see. Volk is a better center. Sidhu and Barabal, one of them really can't play center. And Rogalski's actually been dropped down to the second line, as opposed to, in favor of Manny Jonas. I'm just trying to think what is the best way to play Barabal and Sidhu. Could just play Sidhu at center. Have Barabal, Sidhu, Sutter, Rogalski. To be honest, I might just go Rogalski, Bengoa, Tanel, Jonas, Yamamoto, Belfour, just to continue what we had last year. So offensively, we're not looking too bad. The additions of Barabal and Sidhu might be enough to put this team over the edge. Not to mention the second wind for Kyler Yamamoto in terms of him improving back to a previous point of actually being a solid player. So that's nice. Reza's a top 2 defenseman. That's insane. So, yeah, I think that's what we do. Is Reza O'Donnell, Wakabayashi, Mile, Bishop, and Parker. I like it. There are certain things I have to optimize with this team, mainly player type. Like I said, we'll take another look at the AHL lineups. I'm not going to sort that out now because there's probably some other things that I'll change. But overall, the team is looking promising. I don't really have any complaints. It's just, I mean, and that's the thing too. We know that this team is good enough to put up a 100-point season. It's just whether or not we can find that playoff success. And so far, through 2 postseason appearances, we have 1 victory. So the pressure is on now, especially with some of our, role players, some of our key players getting older. The pressure is on to start delivering. Jesus Rickus, by the way. We have Glenn Brantley available, Glenn Bentley. Sure, I'll just make up a player. Glenn Bentley and Grant Brantley. Sure, works for me. Tired 24 here, at least through the course of the episode. There might be some players in the top of the draft we can't really focus on. The players we have now are the ones that need to deliver. So like I said, I'll probably optimize things for the next episode. We'll get back on track. If we make the playoffs in the next episode, we will go through them. So for now, we're done here. I thank you very much for watching. Not as eventful as an episode, but like I said, with so much negativity, especially surrounding that last draft and the last episode, it's better to just call it here, optimize this team, and be ready to go for the next one. So until then, have a good one, take it easy, and goodbye.